Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS rule as well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. I've titled this video, More Uproars of the People, and AI will help censor the truth. And I got some articles pulled up here. We're just going to get right into it. So basically, the UK government, I'll just read it. It says UK government is scourging social media to arrest people who share harmful riot footage. So there's riots happening in the UK. It says British police begin arresting citizens who have been debunked by Facebook fact checkers. And we have UK politicians call for nationalists who have their throats cut and the rest of Tommy Robinson. So things are happening in the UK. Let's just break some of these down. It says UK government is scourging social media to arrest people who share harmful riot footage, right? And this is kind of crazy because all of these things that's happening and taking place in Babylon the Great towards the end of his rule, is going against the Constitution. And I got that pulled up also. And there's not, at least from what I'm looking at, I haven't seen anybody really talking about it like that. I know there's a app called True Social. Maybe they get into it on there or something, but no one seems to be in uproar of this Constitution. It says the British government has warned that it's scourging social media to find and arrest anyone for sharing what they consider harmful riot footage. It says the country's new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, told British citizens that they would be arrested for participating in violence online. He didn't explain what he meant by that exactly, but he has been targeting right-wing extremists. Right, and all this is just boil up to a boiling point of coming after the men of the Lord, right? Coming after the men of the Lord, and also those that are actually spreading the truth of the matter of what's going on here in Babylon the Great. The so-called conspiracy theorists. People that's trying to figure out what's actually happening with the world's elites and what they're planning and how they're trying to bring in this digital system, and basically enslave humanity with it. So, these are like trigger words, keywords, small hints to get people, familiar with these things. So when they actually do roll, it's kind of normalized. It's not like, oh, they rolled on the men of the Lord for them speaking the truth, whatever the case may be. This is something they have been doing. That's what they'll say. Oh, we have accounts where these amount of people were arrested, or this amount of people were arrested for the same thing. It's not, just one particular person being targeted. Let's see what this guy says.
I think it's really important that we maintain high alert. I've always been here at the control room of the Met looking at what's essentially the nerves.
And as you can see, a lot of what's happening is that they're going through these social medias. They're using their fact checkers and things like that. But when they roll in this digital world and this AI and everything goes completely digital, AI will be able to do far more than what they could do by searching the internet, skimming through your video at quick speed, look for keywords, make you a potential target that easily. And then once you take this MOTB that they're going to implement, they once they see that you're going against their rules, whatever the case may be, they can lock the code, or lock the chip that's in your hand or whatever, so you can't buy or sell. And therefore, that's how they're going to be able to control you and all of that.
Centre, but my message to the police and all of those that are charged with responding to disorder is maintain that high alert. I'm absolutely convinced that having the police officers in place these last few days in the right places, the swift justice that's being dispensed in our courts, have had a real impact. But we have to stay on high alert going into this weekend because
And all these are signs of the times, right? Because when they made their constitution, and they brought it down, you can see that they're changing. they're trying to go into their fourth industrial revolution, and that's a digital age. That's turning everything digital. It's complete slavery. And if you really think about it, you have to really understand the words that the men of the Lord are saying. Um, but only the elect will get it. That's what we're fishing for. We're fishing for the elect. But this is slavery. This is back to slavery. This is control. This is giving the power to the government, to the royal elites to do exactly what they wanted to do. People think they have their little freedoms now, but once this digital system is implemented and there's cameras everywhere, there's chips in you, they're tracking, they're able to track your social medias and see what you post and things that you like and don't like. And they even to the fine detail of them tracking what you buy online, what you go into the grocery stores and buy. They're able to put these things into your faces, so they will know you completely. There won't be any privacy. Pretty soon you get a Neuralink. They'll see who knows what you're thinking, maybe even what you dream about, to the point where they know you completely and they can do different things to come against you, or whatever the case may be. So this is not something you would really want in the end. It's kind of like the people that did the sex change, right? And now it's a lot of them are regretting it because they didn't think of the latter end of the consequences of it, right? So this is exactly what that is. It says the First Amendment of the Constitution. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceable to assemble, and to petition the government for red redress of grievances. Let's see what this says. Because that's exactly what's happening, right? So they're going against the Constitution and no one cares, right? So we're at the end of this man's kingdom. Remedy to set right undesirable, unfair situation. So let's read that again. It says Congress shall make no law respecting, and they're making tons of laws respecting an establishment of religion. So they don't care about the laws they made, right? So they're making new laws to cover the old laws. It says Congress shall make no law, and how would your kingdom even last? How you're just making up the rules as you go, basically, to benefit the government. It's not about the people, right? Eventually all you people will be, basically under them in servitude, in slavery here in Babylon the Great. And it won't be fair. It won't be, because the heathen are going to be going into slavery and servitude under the Israelites, but it'll be a righteous kingdom, right? The nations are going to love, right? Thus saith the Lord, the nations are going to love, you know coming to us. Let's see, let me get that. I think it's like Isaiah 14. Let me see. KJV. Yeah, right here. All right, so it's Isaiah 2. All right, Yahweh's universal ring. Basically, the Israelites being set up in their kingdom and over the nations. It says the word Isaiah 2:1, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days, right? This is where we are right now, the last days, the end of Esau's rule. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the tops of the mountains, right? So Yahushua is coming to plead with the nations, basically to destroy, these different armies out there in the Middle East for during World War III and beat up his elect, right? And to establish, our kingdom. It says, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. And many people shall go and say, So these people, these nations are going to go and say, "Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of Yahweh of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." It says, "And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." Right. So as you can see here in Babylon the Great, all they know is war. They're fighting each other. They upset. We got uproars over there in the land of Israel. They're upset about the war crimes that Israel is committing, and they're saying it's not fair, and Babylon the Great should stop it. See, in our kingdom, none of that is going to happen. Everyone is going to be in their respective places after that 1,000 year period, right? Under the rulership of the Israelites. It's going to be righteous. People are going to be happy. The lands, they're going to be able to come to us and get things what they need. It'll be fair. Everything will be good under the true men of the Lord, right? Under the Israelites. So the nations will be happy in that time. So we're at the end. These people are infringing on their own constitutions. It says Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, and that's how you know this is about to be done away with, right? All this is about to be out the window. It says Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So people are upset, and they're out there, and these people are now talking about they're scourging social media and locking people that's been debunked by Facebook fact checkers. Who was that? The elites. Who Meta and all of those people up there, high up there in the ranks. Let me see. It says the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause supported by oath or formation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and persons or things to be seized. Now, let me get this one right here. Isaiah 10:1, it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless." Right. So I'm going to use this scripture, towards Esau, Edom, that are now, making these different decrees and things to go against their own constitution, because in their constitution these things are not supposed to take place, but now they're making new laws, right? And somehow these laws go over the laws that were already in place, or people just forgot about it because there's so much going on. So those are unrighteous decrees that they have put in place, because this is the wicked. The scripture say the world was given to them, the wicked. That's Esau, Edom, and we can tell by what's happening in Babylon the Great and the different things around the world, and that's why their shame has been shown. Well, just the other day, another war crime that these individuals in Israel is committing is raping men. Men are raping men over there in Israel. You know, so it's a lot of crazy, weird stuff happening here in Babylon the Great towards the end of his kingdom, while he's rushing because he has a short time to establish his new world order. It says the director of public persecutions has warned that people might think they're not doing uh, yeah, that they're not doing anything harmful. They are, and the consequences will be visited upon them, right? And the thing is, they're trying to silence these people because the truth is coming out, right? They don't want, and them bringing in this new world order, of course, it's going to be, people fighting back and things like that. So they're trying to, basically handle the uproars and things like that while they're bringing this new world order. So yeah, let's move on with this. So British police began arresting citizens who have been debunked by Facebook fact checkers. Now, like I just said, who the hell is Facebook fact checkers? and pretty soon it's going to be AI. It says police in the UK have been authorized by the government to begin mass arresting citizens who post content on social media that has been debunked by Facebook fact checkers. So, if you post anything, or you think you might post something, or you see something and you like, oh shit, let me share this. It seems interesting. Like you could be somebody that don't even know what's going on. You could be in La La Land and you see it, and you're like, oh shit, what's this? And you repost it or something, you're getting arrested. So someone got arrested just for posting something that Facebook fact checkers deemed false. Yo, we haven't seen like an actual Facebook fact check. Like these are the internet police. Oh, let's see this.
We have some breaking news now, and a woman has been arrested by Cheshire Police in relation to an inaccurate information on social media about the attacker in the Southport murders. It says a 55-year-old woman from near Chester was arrested earlier today, Thursday the 8th, of course, on suspicion of publishing written material to stir up racial hatred and false communications. She is currently being held in police custody. Chief Superintendent Alison Ross has also made a statement saying that this is in relation to a post which has been fueled by malicious and the protest right.
Right, and you gotta have faith. You individuals out here need to know exactly what you're involved in also, because see, the men of the Lord, they're ready for whatever basically, arrest, beheading, death, whatever the case may be. We understand what we're involved in, what's to come. But some of you out here playing games and not really ready for this. That's why y'all become agents, and be compromised and things like that, because you don't really have that faith, right? You're not leaning on Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. You're easily offended in this truth. Yeah, I seen somebody, one of the brothers from GMS, say something about this. It says we're literally releasing 500 prisoners early so we can imprison blokes like this for 26 months for aggressively shouting at coppers. Not many will have huge sympathy for these rioters, but you're insane if you can't see how ridiculous this is. All right, so basically we can see what the squeeze is coming, control is coming. You can no longer shout at a cop or anything like that, right? They want total control, total shutdown. Eventually. All right, we got this UK politician called for nationalists to have their throats cut, and the rest of Tommy Robinson. It says two British politicians were caught on camera this week as they called for their political rivals to be jailed and murdered. Right. This is the kingdom divided. What is that? Let's get Mark 3. So Mark 3 and 23, it says, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So right now what we got is Esau telling the other Esau, no, you're more wicked than me. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. All of that. It says, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. Right, and we're gonna get into the end is manifest. Right, we're at the end of this man's rule. Right, of this man's kingdom. Right, the new kingdom, the kingdom of the Israelites. is about to be established. So that's exactly what's happening. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear. So yeah. Amos 8 and 11, it says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, even though this is something that is going to take place, in Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose, and there's killing and things like that. It says, but of hearing the words of the Lord. So there's going to come a time where, this message won't be going out. And the message is going out right now, and we can see that they're, what are they doing right here? It says the UK government is scourging social medias. Let's It says clean or brighten the surface of, remove. Right, so pretty soon, maybe these videos will be taken down because they hold the truth, right? They have power in them to save, to give you the understanding. The scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? And what times? The times of Jacob's trouble, the time of, great hell and calamity and, just destruction. So this information that's here right now that's being pushed out is for your good, but it's for the bad of the nations, Esau, Edom, right? And so they're going to delete these things, and there's going to come a time when the power, Yahweh Bashmi Shah, is going to, somehow, some way make it so that, we don't teach this word, or you can't get this word. And we're seeing a small part of that being that they're going to be censoring, the media, right? And pretty soon we won't be able to be on the street corners talking, having this message because they would deem it offensive, or disturbing the public or something, so you gotta get it right now, basically, and that's why we're fishing for the elect. But in the day, the Most High has the elect, and the elect will be sealed and are sealed, So, and I wanted to say that also too, because that house cannot be divided. The elect can't be divided. The elect is sealed, right? They're written to be saved, right? So all the elect will be not divided. They will be beamed up, and they will be, basically together, a whole. You can't separate the elect from the elect, basically. Like when you get a Israelite that that's compromised, that's over there telling Esau, Edom, what the Israelites are doing and things like that. That man or woman, whoever the case may be, is not a member of the elect, right? So they're not part of this house that we're building, the house of David. They're not a part of that house, right? They're 2/3 useless, worthless, right now, and they're gonna be scrubbed through with the nuclear missiles along with these other nations. But anyway, it says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. They that swear by the sin of Samaria, and say, Thy God, O Dan, liveth, and the manner of Bathsheba liveth, even they shall fall and never rise up again, right? And that's trusting in Esau, Edom, and his different idols, his different so-called gods, So Esau, Edom, and yourselves will be scrubbed through. Let me get Isaiah 31 and 1. It says, Help not in Egypt, but in Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses, because this man's kingdom is failing, it's falling down. They're completely divided on everything. It says, Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall together. Right? So those 2/3, those compromised Israelites that are helping these wicked ass nations, to come against the men of the Lord, you will fall right along with them, right? Like I said, we are not divided. The elect the hopeful elect cannot be divided. It says, "For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. As birds flying, so the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai of hosts defend Jerusalem, defending also he will deliver it, and passing over he will preserve it." Right. So in these coming days, in the destruction of Babylon the Great, when all things are are going to shit and looks like hell out here, just remember, right? The Most High is going to send Yahweh Shai to redeem us. It says, "Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin." Right? So we, the hopeful elect, are putting on a new man, coming back to the Lord, right? And putting off that old man, which consists of idols of gold and idols of silver, and these different things that we, dealt with. It says, "Then shall the Assyrian fall with a sword, not of a mighty man, then shall the Assyrian fall with the sword, not of a mighty man, and the sword not of a mean man shall devour him. But he shall flee from the sword, and his young men shall be discomfited. And he shall pass over to his stronghold for fear, and his princes shall be afraid of the ensign, saith the Lord, whose fire in Zion and his furnace in Jerusalem." All right, so Esau Edom will be thrust through with the sword. We know that the elites will scurry, run away into their bunkers, and await their servitudes until we come and get them out of those bunkers. This is Psalms 94 and 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?" It says, "They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood." And how are they doing that? Once again, through their different laws that they're bringing out to arrest, individuals. And pretty soon that's coming to the speakers of truth, right? That's why the scriptures say, Yahweh Bashmiel shall pour out his spirit on all flesh, right? Because you have the men of the Lord, but you also have these everyday regular people out here that's speaking on different things, the so-called conspiracy theorists and things like that. And those are the ones that are going to get caught up really in the bulk of these, fact checkers and arrests and things like that, because the men of the Lord will and always be protected by him, right? So where I'm at, let me get Joel 2. Let me see. I think it's 28. It says the promise of the Spirit, Joel 2 and 28. It says, "And it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit." All right, so as we can see, that everyone has something to say now. The truth is coming out. Everyone's not trusting in the mainstream media. Everyone's going to like YouTube and Facebook and TikToks and X and all of those things, and bringing out the truth of the matter of what's really happening on. Because you got this digital age that we're living in. People got phones. Someone's over on the other side of the country, and they're seeing what's actually happening, and they're taking videos of it and they're posting it online. You have like a lot of these dark websites and things like that where you can actually go see the actual wars and all of that. But the truth is out here and people are speaking on it, right? But these elites are gonna roll down on them pretty soon. But as for our people, it says Ezekiel 33 and 30 also, "Thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his neighbor, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai." Did I finish reading that? Hold on. Oh, it was Joel 28. Let me get this part right here too. It says the day of the Lord, and I will show wonders in Joel 2:30, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Right, so that means how about Yahweh Shai, and do different signs and tokens, missiles flying, and great destruction, and grenades and all the smoking things that's going off, and of course what solar eclipse and things like that. That's what's going to take place during the before the day of the Lord, right? And these things are taking place and will take place. It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord, that being Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? So the name is very important, shall be delivered, right? And that's why the men of the Lord stress the name, and make sure that you understand that you need to call on those names, right? And you have these uh, wolves and sheep clothing that's coming out here, um, you know, deceiving the flock. Uh, Grievous wolves. Acts 20 and 29. It says, Acts 20 and 29, for I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock, right? Not caring, not sparing the flock. It says, also of your own self shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. It says, therefore watch, remember that by the space of 3 years I cease not to warn everyone night and day with tears. And now, brethren, I commend you to Yahweh and to the word of his grace, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among all them which are sanctified, right? So we the hopeful elect, and we're having this 100% truth, starting with the men of GMS, Elder Pastor on down, right? We're giving you this true 100% truth, allowing you to know that you have to, call on the names. And you have these grievous wolves coming in saying, oh, the name's not important, and these different things, because for whatever reason they're doing it, right? I believe they're compromised, right? Everyone that's not speaking this truth is definitely compromised, right? Or the Most High is just not dealing with them. But this person, this individual of IUIC, Bishop Nathaniel, is someone that has been in the truth for a while. And, you get the story about how he had a dream that the oil was taken away from him for a short period of time, and I guess that's his excuse to what's happening now. But nonetheless, he's definitely deceiving the flock. But Yahweh Bashmi Shai said, the deceive and the deceiver are his, right? So we understand that the 2/3 need a stumbling block. So it is what it is. But we'll continue to speak on when he goes off, and all of that good stuff. So grievous wolves, that's exactly what they are. It says, Joel 2 and 32, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. From Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance. As the Lord hath said, in the remnant whom the Lord shall call, right? So we that all right, so we're that remnant that can't be divided, we can't be separated. There's nothing that can be done against the remnant, the hopeful elect, whom the Lord will call, right? So there's nothing that can be done, right? Yahweh Shah came, he died for our sins, and the remnant now are in place, written in the book of life, to receive salvation. So through all of the fires and everything that's going on, we still praise. We give praises to Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai, and we endure until the end, you know, and we watch, and we give warning. Ezekiel 3. says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Right. So this warning is coming directly from Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh. Right. We're feeding the sheep and we're warning you of the great destruction that's coming and it's about to take place. Right. So with that, I want to say shalom to hopeful elect that consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.